So I just wanted to make a quick video just to basically tell you that how fat this cat is. Look at this cat. Oh my god, he's massive, isn't he? So, meat eaters aren't the main threat to animal life. As strange as that may seem, I mean, they are the threat, but it's not always their fault. I mean, how many of us were raised as meat eaters or vegetarians and then turned vegan after we woke up, after we realised the horror we were causing? Quite a few of us, I imagine. And that's because it's ingrained in our psyche, it's ingrained in our system, it's ingrained in society. And whenever something is ingrained, it's taught to you at a young age, with a lot of people, it's going to stick. It's going to become part of their system of thought, and they're going to become dependent on it. You know, it's much like you have to go to work, you have to do a 9 till 5. You go to school, you're taught to conform, you're taught to comply. And we're taught we have to conform. We have to do all this, we have to conform. We have to finish our meals, we have to eat the protein in the meat. We have to do all this stuff, and that's given to us at an early age. And for a lot of people, that's hard to shake off. I mean, even for people who have woke up, it can be hard to get around that. And sometimes it takes a big life-changing scenario or situation to wake up and think, oh my God, what am I doing? And to look at parts of your life clearly and think, this is just wrong. There's so many things which are wrong about our society, about our system. They trust in the system. They trust that what they're told is good. And you know, when people say, oh yeah, we're top of the food chain, we were born to eat meat, meat gave us our bigger brains, it evolved us, even though a vegan diet can happily sustain our bigger brains now. And when some people, when they get dependent on the system, they will fight to protect that system. So if someone comes along, if I come along and say, well, you shouldn't kill those animals, it's bad, you know, you're putting animals through immense cruelty for no reason. You know that's bad. You wouldn't hurt your pets. You wouldn't just start chewing on your dog's legs, would you? But it's fine to do that to a cow or a pig or another animal. And because they've got this inbuilt defence to defend their mindset and the system they believe in, they'll lash out, they'll get angry because you're affecting their feelings. And people get angry. You know, people don't get angry with other people, they get angry about how other people make them feel. And if they feel like they're being attacked, and like, maybe they know deep down that, you know, they must know that deep down there's something to attack, to get defensive about it. And, you know, meat eaters come back with all this abuse. Vegans get so much abuse from meat eaters for that reason. You know, I often see stuff bantered about like, oh, you pathetic vegans, you're so unmasculine, you should grow up, get some balls. Do you know how much fucking balls it takes to stand up for your beliefs, to actually realise something, to face yourself and think, whoa, what I'm doing here is wrong. It's not manly and masculine to kill animals for your own selfish needs. You know, don't go to a shop and pick a beef burger, pick a vegetarian burger, pick a vegan burger, because they taste just as good. Stop sticking to this path you've been told to believe in from a young age. That's what people need to realise, but it is difficult. So the problem isn't really the meat eaters, it is the system we are indoctrined into. You know, this is a society, this is a system which was, it goes back generations, doesn't it? And it's all about exploitation. This system was put up by rich landowners who exploited the land, exploited the poor. You know, this is my land now. Who says it's your fucking land? But this is what happened. And they gathered knights and armies and built castles and established monarchy to keep the poor people in control and to dictate to them how things should be. You know, and of course these people are going to exploit anything around them. It's in their nature. Exploit the animals, exploit the people, exploit as much as possible so they can live in some sort of comfort. I'm not sure how much I'm not sure how much mental comfort that would bring them. Probably not a lot, but that's how they live their life. It's a very right-wing view, isn't it? Hierarchy. People live in a certain position in society, and that's where they should stay. And if you want to fight your way from the bottom up to the top, you have to fight for it. You have to work for it. But it's not that simple. There's not that much social mobility. It's very difficult to work from the bottom to the top. And then even if you get to the top, if you be at the bottom, you probably don't want to exploit people. But so these systems are built on these our society is built on these ancient systems of monarchy and stuff. And that's how it's evolved from. So you can't expect a system like that to look out for the interests of anyone in that society. Because they'll tell you time and time again, you need to eat meat, it's not your fault, you need to eat meat, you need to do this, you need to go to school and to conform so you can get a job, so that you can support this hierarchical system. That's what it's all about. And those people will blame other people for problems in society. So you see, you get immigrants get blamed for all our problems, or the poorest people in society get blamed for all our problems. How can they? We've got companies who are dodging more tax than the entire welfare system gives out to poor people. Poor people do not cause the problems in our system. It's the rich people who own 99% of the wealth that cause the problems. That's obvious. If you have that much money, if you have that much control of the wealth, then you're causing the problems. It is entirely within your control. But people on the right tell us otherwise. They tell us it's, work your way up. You can't do that. Say if you're born into a family where you're treated like rubbish, and your parents are stressed, and or like a tragically broken family, and things have gone wrong, or you're like tossed about for adoption homes. You can't be expected to just integrate into society and work your way up, compared to someone who's born into high privilege, everything provided for them, and they go to Cambridge University and they get into the political system and then they tell everyone how to live again. And it's this whole system that is the problem with exploitation and with meat. Animals getting killed, being exploited for food. It all stems from the same thing. If there's money to be had in exploitation, it will be exploited, regardless of what happens to the animal, regardless of the feelings of people around this system, regardless of people who die, or creatures who die. Because basically these creatures are like you and me. They have as much right to be on this planet as you or I do. Why do we have a right to exterminate them, to kill them? Do they like being killed? Of course they bloody don't. Will they take over if we stop killing them? No, we breed them. They're not going to take over, are they? People aren't just going to go vegan overnight and there's going to be shitloads of animals. That's not how things work. That is a crazy fantasy world you're living in, if you think that. And until we make all these connections, until we start thinking for ourselves, until we realise how barbaric this whole system is, how exploitive it is, then we're not going to help ourselves, we're not going to help others or anything else. Our priorities in this world at the moment seem to be to work, make money, to come home, provide food, watch TV. This very small scale system, which is based around making money for companies and corporations and people in the elite areas of our society. That shouldn't be our priority, should it? The world is going to shit around us. There's wars, there's people being killed in the name of money. Again, the environment is being ruined. The earth is not going to be sustainable with the rate of climate change we have. There's enough people in this world to pull together to change all that. We don't need to be in control of these individuals high up in society just because they say that they're the government. What is government? The government is just a business. That's all it is. It's a business that dictates how people should live. What right do they have to do that and to exploit people in that process? There's enough people to realise that our priority should be on protecting the planet, protecting things around us, rather than causing death and destruction looking after these creatures, looking after the environment, looking after the animals, and looking after ourselves. And until we realise that and take action on it, nothing positive is going to change, or it's going to be at a very slow pace. Now, veganism is a massive part of that, because it's a big part of waking up and saying, this is wrong. This part of society, this part of our system is drastically wrong and needs to change. And making that active choice, making these individual choices makes a difference. But we need it to go bigger. We need more people to be aware and to wake up and just think for themselves, rather than depending on a system which is put in place for them and which they base their thoughts around. Break out of that system, expand your thoughts outside of that, get in touch with your true feelings and realise what is really happening. Then we can all make a difference.
Atom! Second!